107.8 FM.
Hello everyone, you're listening to Radio Amity 107.8 FM. I'm Reem Mir.
And I'm Karanjan.
And today we're diving deep into some important conversations. Welcome to this safe space where we can all come together to explore the real, raw thoughts and experiences of 20-somethings and the teens at heart navigating the ups and downs of young adulthood. Here, we're going to address those difficult topics we often shy away from in everyday conversations because we want to remind you you're not alone. We hope this space makes you feel seen, heard, and represented. Let's talk through it all together.
So today we have the very special guest with us named Adya Lamba, and she's a very jovial, happy-to-go-lucky girl, and I would like her to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Adya Lamba. I'm currently 18 years old and I am very, very grateful that you guys have me here today. It's like a great opportunity for me to talk about this topic, PCOS, which is something very personal to me. And I think I would love to talk about it openly and raise awareness about it for everyone.
As Adya just said, today our topic of conversation is the polycystic ovary syndrome. PCOS is quite common nowadays, and I guess we all must have heard about it from somewhere through the internet. But today, Adya will be talking about her personal experiences and will be sharing with us how it affects her and day-to-day life and how she functions with it. So, Adya, what exactly is PCOS and how common is it in women?
So as you said, the full form of PCOS is basically polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is basically an hormonal disbalance in the body of a woman and where the ovaries enlarge and there is a formation of cyst. And cyst is actually a biological term, which is basically where, there is a sac-like formation where there is fluid present in it. So that is something which forms inside your ovaries, which causes obviously delay of your menstrual cycle and a lot of other symptoms, which is not at all good for a woman, and it disturbs her in almost every way. And if I talk about how common is it, so yeah, it is absolutely being very, very common nowadays because it's more of a lifestyle oriented problem, and it's almost like 1 million cases per year we get. It's very common in India nowadays, and yes, it definitely can be treated as well. So yeah.
So you just mentioned there are a lot of other symptoms except for menstrual cycle problems.
Yes.
Could you please tell me what are the common symptoms of PCOS and how someone can identify if they might have it? Like a self-identification before they consult a doctor.
Okay, so these symptoms can actually vary from woman to woman, but if I talk about myself, so symptoms which I observed when I got PCOS.
When you self-diagnosed.
Yeah, where I self-diagnosed it, and I just felt like there is something wrong and I should go for a test and everything. I should consult a gynac. So first of all, the thing is that you get a lot of acne. First is obviously menstrual cycle delay and everything. That is a major thing. You're not getting your periods for 2 months, 3 months, and even or not even 2-3 months. They are getting delayed every month, 10 days, 15 days. In my case, it used to happen that every month they used to get delayed, 10 days, 15 days. Every month, 10 days, 15 days is increasing only. So there used to be a gap of 1 month, 2 months. That's how it used to happen. And then there used to be a severe cramps, severe cramps. One time it's normal, but sometimes you are so much in pain that you can't even get out of your bed. That's how hard it is. And second symptom which I felt was I had a very, very bad breast pain. I had sore breast. It was very difficult for me to even lean down because I had so much pain, and still I do have it, and it's a very common symptom again. Third would be acne. Acne is also a very common symptoms in females. A lot of acne on face, back, body acne, which is usually not common. Face acne is common because of puberty, but body and back acne is not that common. So that is a thing. Pigmentation on your body parts, like underarms, your genital areas, and everywhere else you get pigmentation a lot. And then you get facial hair and excessive body hair as well. Body hair was not the case for me, but I used to get fine facial hair, which was something I didn't like. So there are remedies for it, but yes, these are most common symptoms which almost every woman feel. And I think one major symptom which nobody talks about is immense mood swings, immense fatigued body the whole day, which you can't even imagine. Like, it's just so easy to say that, why you're not doing anything, why you always in your bed, but nobody really understands that it's not really easy to even get up from your bed. That hard it is, because your body is not functioning. There is a total hormone disbalance in your body. There's a dis-ease, that is, something is not right. So you are always, your body is fatigued, you don't wish like doing anything. If you do something, suppose if you're doing something for even 2 hours, 3 hours, even if your body has energy to do things for like 7 hours, 8 hours, you are just restricted to those 2-3 hours. So this
your productivity decreases
definitely decreases a lot. So this is something which comes a lot. And I think depression, anxiety, these things are very common when it comes to PCOS, because you get a lot of insecurities. Weight gain, it is also a major symptom of PCOS, that you get a increased weight gain suddenly. Even if you're not eating that much, suddenly you get a weight gain. And
sudden weight change.
Yeah, sudden weight change. Sometimes it's sudden weight down. Well, it's not stable. It's like sometimes it shoots up, sometimes it gets down. So your body is again not in a proper way. It's not functioning in a proper way.
Thank you so much for sharing about your set of symptoms. You just mentioned in your conversation that it causes productivity changes and that it causes depression and anxiety. I would love to ask you how you, as a college student who has responsibilities and who has assignments to complete and deadlines to meet, how did you manage with that? How did you come through with that? If you could share with everyone.
Yes, not even about college, I would feel. I mean, I've been facing this thing from last 2-3 years. So even in 11th, in 12th, and now in college as well. So first of all, I have a very bad habit of procrastinating things, which is, I think, one of the major reasons of PCOD only, that I procrastinate everything. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like doing it today, I'll do it tomorrow. And I do it on the last moment because I know that I will get scolded by the teacher.
It's a do or die situation.
Yes, it's a do or die situation. Then only I just do it. Otherwise, I don't feel like doing it. I just feel my body doesn't have energies all the time. That's why I think I'm a sweet tooth, you both know. And because I am so addicted to sweets, that is one of the reasons, like, sugar gives you energy. And that's why I eat sweets so much that I get energy to do something. Because if I don't eat it, I am not even able to function that ways also.
Right.
So, yeah.
So
talking
do
about
you think sugar crash is real? Like, it's working
yes,
for
it
you
definitely
works.
works.
In a productive way.
Yes, in a productive way it works, but for PCOD it's bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not recommended to
Yeah,
eat
it's
sweets.
recommended to eat less, but again, and if I talk about the other side where I don't have energy and sugar gives you a lot of energy, so that is a major thing which helps, because sometimes I have so much craving of it that if I have to, I eat sugar, then I start doing work. That how it works. Like, I get a little energy, I feel better, and I'm like, okay, now I'm in a state, I'm happy, I'm joyful after eating that. So it's like a happy treat for me, I would say. And other than that, yes, I feel my productivity has decreased so much, because I feel if I think about that, I have to prepare for the competitive exams also in the future for anything I do in my masters. I feel like I have to do so much padhai and I have to do so much, like full attention I have to give to that particular thing. So I'm like very that how will I able to do, because I get so stressed out. Like only like college ke 2-3 hours only, after those college ke 2-3 hours I'm like I cannot function. After going home I have to like need 1 hour rest. My body requires rest. I have full body ache. That's what I am facing, and I feel that if things go on like this, it's not easy for you to focus on your studies that much. It's a major drawback, I would say.
Okay, hearing from you, I realize that there is a desperate need for change. Like, I think we all can agree to that. So I would like to ask you, obviously you are consulting a doctor, gynecologist. So what are the changes you are doing in your day-to-day lifestyle, or you would like to recommend to our audience so that they can deal with their PCOD in a more better productive way rather than just eating sweets? Because I don't think it's a healthy way.
No,
at all.
absolutely not. So first of all, which is one thing which I think have helped me a lot, is that I have reduced eating fried a lot. Like I like fried food, but I think once I've like sugar, I'm still not able to, reduce. But like fried, I have reduced a lot, and that has helped me cure my acne. Like now I don't have back acne. I'm so gladful that I don't have it. I'm so like face acne also. My face has got so cleaned once I've reduced eating that. So obviously you have to, improve your dietary habits, and if you take more liquid, like more water is a major, I think water is like a remedy for everything you can.
Is the elixir of life for a
Yes,
reason.
exactly, it is. So other than that, I feel second thing which I think every woman who is facing with PCOS should go through, and she should tell to her every day that she is beautiful, her body is beautiful. It's fine to be a little chubby. It's fine if you gain weight. Weight is a very materialistic thing. It can just go down, go up anytime. So you have to love yourself, because I feel PCOS gets a lot of depression and anxiety and insecurity about yourself. So loving yourself and being happy and enjoying everything what you have is something which you should focus on. And obviously if you're consulting in gynac, so she will give you some medicines, or she will prescribe you something according to how severe your PCOS condition is. But it's more of a lifestyle oriented problem. So I think rather than cribbing on it, you should
Work on yourself.
work on yourself, and not even work on yourself, try to be more happy, because if you are happy, then your hormones will also be happy, your body will also be happy. So I think that will help a lot, and that has helped me a lot, because I'm someone who doesn't crib on everything. I'm more of a person who is more
Go-getter.
joyful type of people. I just like laughing, and more because I'm like Punjabi, so I like doing that. So yeah, that's why. But yeah, I mean, because of that, I've been happier. I would say initially it was not difficult. I mean, very very hard for me, like initially, but now it's not that difficult for me to deal with it.
Okay, so a quick disclaimer that we are not medical experts here, and to summarize what you have just said, she advised to drink more water, and as it is rightfully said, it's the elixir of life. And then she also talked about how the importance of positive affirmations, not just for people suffering from PCOS or PCOD. In general, I feel positive affirmations really go a long way, And then she talked about lifestyle changes, like you are on your own, kid, you're gonna help yourself. So I feel like since it's a lifestyle oriented disease, I think it's very common nowadays among teenagers and women, especially because of the sedentary lifestyle that we are living. So I feel that there's a high need to improve on our lifestyle and engage ourselves in physical activities. And she talked about how important it is to be happy. So I would just like to add it here, being delulu is the cellulu. So even though you are suffering from a lot of things, find moments of small happiness in your day-to-day life, in your day. Journal, work on yourself, do things that make you happy. That's what brings me to the importance of hobbies. I feel like everybody should work on their hobbies and have hobby. You don't need to be necessarily good to have a hobby. So yeah, I just wanted to summarize it here.
Karan, that was beautifully summarized, honestly. But Adya, coming back to you, I have another question for you. And the question is, how is PCOS diagnosed, and what tests are usually required? Like, you must have had the doctor's office experience, and is it scary? Because, going to the gynac at such a young age for the first time is an experience every woman has to have. And I would love for you to expand on how you felt and what was your experience like, so that everyone else can feel, that they know something about it.
So yeah, I've been to a gynac so many times now. So yeah, initially when I went to a gynac, so first of all, the gynac I consulted was my mother's friend, so I was a little comfortable with her.
Female gynac.
Yeah, obviously a female gynac, but it's not always like that. Every gynac is not, your favorite, or you can say like, you're not comfortable, and every person is different. But see, first of all, again, PCOS is a self-diagnosed thing also. I would say that if you are facing those symptoms, you should consult a gynecologist, I feel. If you're not getting your periods, first of all, I think maybe you should work on your lifestyle. If you think your lifestyle is very bad or something and you are consuming things which you shouldn't, so then yes, you should work on yourself. But if you feel like things are going beyond, you thought it's just exceeding the limits and all, then you should definitely consult a gynac. There is nothing wrong in going to a gynac. She will obviously help you out, and there are so many women who are, diagnosed with PCOS every year. So yeah, so often when I went to a gynecologist, I think she told me test. I will tell you the test she told me. That was first is FSH, that is follicular stimulating hormone. TSH and FH. I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, so these were two tests, which is basically a hormonal test. Okay, and then it's thyroid, which she told me to do. Then testosterone, progesterone, estrogen. All these tests which are related to our reproductive system. So usually the testosterone value is higher. Sometimes, not with every woman, but some women, and sometimes estrogen, progesterone is. And then you have to go for an ultrasound so that there is a visibility of how many cysts you have in your ovaries to, analyze the stage of what PCOS type you have, like, how much serious is it. Because I remember that when first time I had an ultrasound, there was one cyst in my left ovary. And then after a year, when I diagnosed, like that time it wasn't that serious, I would say. My tests were also fine. They were normal. All testosterone, progesterone, everything was FS. Everything was normal. But when I did a test this year in my vacations, then left ovary, the cyst was resolved. But in my right ovary, there were multiple cyst formation. And then the levels of the vitamins and as well as these hormones was not that stable. Then my doctor recommended me medicines for that, like a hormone medicine which you can take orally. And other than that, she obviously says that you should, look at yourself and, I think work on yourself. If there is hormonal disbalance, that means maybe again you are not that happy, you are in anxiety, in depression, or you should go out. Some people are just sitting inside
maybe
their
you're
house.
not getting enough sleep.
Yeah, maybe enough sleep is also one of the reasons. And second thing is, like, some people do not socialize that much, so they're just inside their home all the day. So that's also a reason that there is a hormone disbalance. Just you're sitting at your home, you're not going out, you're not walking, you're not doing any physical activity. Like, I come to college, so I'm at least I do a walk. Like, I make a target that I complete 10,000 steps per day. But some people don't even do that. So there is a major disbalance that ways.
Okay, I would like you to shed some light on what are the don'ts, like for young women to avoid, for young girls to avoid PCOS. Like, what are the strict no's in terms of eating habits or in terms of lifestyle? So if you could shed some light on that.
So I think one thing I would say that I think you should do walk daily. I feel if you're not even doing you're not playing a physical,
some sort of physical activity.
Yeah, I'm not even saying that properly you go play basketball or do go play some other type of sport or something, but you can go for a walk, because I think you should set a target to complete this much steps of your day, so that it keeps you healthy. It's generally not even for PCOS, it's for generally keeping yourself healthy. And other than that, I feel like first thing, be happy, because depression is very common nowadays, and depression is also a very major symptom of PCOS. So that is something I would recommend all the girls. And secondly, lifestyle has changed so much. We eat so much bahar ka, I would say, which is something we shouldn't. And that is something I should also tell myself that I should not eat bahar ka. We should eat ghar ka food. We should eat clean food, because I think initially in the older times, women didn't have this problem that much. It's being more common. Fertility has become so common nowadays. It never happened before this. And so this is one of the things which I think, like food habits, basically, like you should eat more ghar ka khana, more light food, not heavy food, because our digestive system also takes time to digest everything. And third thing, which is I think most common in teenagers nowadays, alcohol and cigarette consumption, which a lot of girls still do. Like teenagers, like initially they, there was a thing like boys used to do it more, but now the ratio has become same, I feel. So yeah, I was saying that a men's body is different from a woman's body. So obviously woman's body is designed that way that you should not do such things. Like, you know, a woman gives birth to a child as well. So you are not supposed to drink alcohol, or smoke consumption shouldn't be that much, you know. So
Okay, so I would like to point out some things. First of all, we are not here to use the term depression or anxiety very loosely, because these are real medical conditions which need to be diagnosed by either
Real medical professionals,
by a medical professional like a by a
psychiatrist or a
psychiatrist.
psychotherapist as well. And if anyone actually has prolonged symptoms of such, which we term as depression or anxiety, we strongly implore you to please seek help for it, talk about it, and you know, it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
In our upcoming podcast, we are gonna delve deep into those topics as well, and I feel we are living in a time where men and women are equal in all aspects of life, and regardless of the gender, people should not smoke, drink, or everything. These are very just general don'ts for anybody. So okay, coming back to you, and the last question I really want to ask you: you were diagnosed with PCOS at what age, like, if I may ask?
so yeah, I diagnosed it when I was almost 17, I would say, and now I'll be turning 19 in a month or so. So it's been almost 2 years now. And before that, I used to have some, you know, minor symptoms of it, like a delayed period. So it doesn't really start that. It's not like 1 month you are having normal periods and then next month you don't get it, and it's not like that. It is like a thing that it happens with time to time. It's like next month it will be delayed and then more delayed, then you will diagnose it. Like अब 2-3 महीने नहीं हुए हैं, ऐसे वाला चीज.
Okay, so it's a syndrome. That's what you are meaning to say.
Yeah, it's just not like, you know, it's syndrome, it was said initially. Now it's called as a disease maybe, but yeah, I would say that it's not like it happens in one day. It takes time, and it's been almost 2 years now.
Okay, so Ada, you said you were diagnosed at quite an early age. I would like to ask you that as a woman at such an early age, who is supposed to be at the prime of her health, did you find it difficult to be diagnosed? Because it's very common that women get gaslit into believing that their symptoms are not at par with what the medical society considers PCOS or PCOD to be, and they are subdued quite often. Did you feel like you were a victim of this subduction, or was your process considerably smoother than the others have felt?
I think it was smoother because I was able to see those symptoms very, very clearly in me, and I think it was more. It was more because I was so much at home that time in 12th as well. Because of my exams, I was so stressed, and obviously stress causes delay of periods. That is a major common thing which we all have heard, and I think it was more for me. It was like, I think sometimes it gets better when I, you know, focus on myself or something. I be happy or all, but when I'm at home and, you know, things hit, depression comes. Not even I'm not using the word depression, I should not, but yeah, I mean, like little, you know, sadness, I would say, that hits me or something. So that is where, when you're too much at home, I feel that was the case with me, that I, you know, it just got up when that was the case. Like when I was so much at home and I was not going out, I was not doing any, you know, say physical activity, I would say.
Thank you so much for your answer, Adya. And everybody, this wraps up today's insightful conversation on PCOS. We hope this discussion has shed light on the complexities of the condition and provide valuable information for those that are navigating through it. Remember, everyone, whether you're personally affected by it or supporting someone who is, awareness and understanding are the key steps towards managing PCOS and its impact on its daily life. A huge thank you to our guest Adya for sharing her personal experiences and advice to the young adults and the young girls that are navigating through college with this PCOS. Thank you so much for our listeners for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, please don't forget to join us again in our next episode.
Thank you so much, Adya, for being vulnerable with us. And I we sincerely hope that we are able to lessen the stigma that is around this disease. So thank you so much for being here.
ले खुशियों के नए तराने, खामोशियों के बादल हटाने, सोए सपनों में पंख लगाने, लाइफ में आशाएं जगाने, उड़ान है उमंगों की, रेडियो एमिटी 107.8 FM.